Remy Ma's sister is laughing on Instagram Live, using harsh emojis, and claiming that karma moves more quickly than a diamond, while the Claressa team frantically issues statements and tries to rewrite the story. Is it true that Claressa Shields was disqualified from one of the most significant battles of her career because she revealed she was pregnant during the Bet Awards? Can we actually watch a championship loss unfold on the red carpet? Goes beyond simply canceling a fight, sweetie. It's a complete professional problem encased in a scandalous burrito and accompanied by Remy Ma's sly chuckle. Let's travel back in time to a few hours prior to the Bet Awards. Jab Hun, the name that everyone was talking about, was Claressa Shields. As the unbeaten winner, she proclaimed herself the GOAT. She was entering the award event as a representation of strength, control, and excellence, not simply a regular person. Although the walk was lethal, the outfit was custom Versace, and the atmosphere was pure alpha, she was unaware that fate was waiting. Darling, the film is hazy, the receipts are ugly, and this story is headed for a technical knockout, so fasten your seatbelt. This year's Bet Awards red carpet was more than just shimmer and glamour. It was a battleground behind that velvet rope, complete with a steel chair and a live microphone. Remy Ma's frigid look was all that was visible when Claressa handed him a handful. There were no smiles or eye contact. In just a few minutes, the internet went nuts after an anonymous tipster purportedly released a voice message to a small hip-hop site while sporting a BetStaff lanyard. The message quickly went viral. The implication was that Papoose might have been the one hiding the pregnancy, and Claressa had been hiding it. We are heading there, yes. With boxing insiders posting #BabyPapoose, Twitter quickly took on the appearance of a battlefield. Eyes and side-eyes emojis followed by the spread of a leaked medical file, seemingly from the scandal gods themselves. Did you think it was photoshopped or real? There was no point. The perception was sealed. The world believed Claressa Shields was secretly pregnant, and if she was not allowed to legally compete in her next battle, according to normal athletic commission procedures. The whispers gained notoriety when her name was taken out of an upcoming title bout by the Nevada Boxing Federation. Yep, the real sanctioning organization. I told you all that you can't play with people's families and expect to come out untouched. Life doesn't work like that, baby. If you think that this drama started at the Bet Awards, you haven't seen the full first half of the soap opera. Rumors that started to circulate last year suggest that Claressa and Papoose have been dancing around each other for months since Remy and Papoose broke up. Claressa was a recurring character on a messy reality show that featured gym videos with Papoose. Look at accidental dinner sightings in New Jersey and double-check a joint Instagram Live where she called him Pap and he didn't correct her, baby. Party for the scandal. But this pregnancy leak was devastating. According to anonymous direct messages sent to multiple gossip accounts, Claressa had been boasting to close friends about a surprise announcement that would send Remy into a tailspin. One source even claimed that Claressa was planning to purposefully reveal a baby bump at the Bet Awards. Whether or not that's true, the damage was done, as Papoose did not make any statements, denials, or even tweets. Next came the brief, hazy video that was leaked from what looked like a Bet after-party dressing room, in which Claressa laughed. He touched her stomach, and the camera panned just before she said, "They're not yet prepared," and that's when the boxing world shook in its boots, my friend. Industry insiders started discussing suspension right away. If Claressa was pregnant, she wasn't just disqualified. She could also face contract violations, cancellations of endorsements, and even lawsuits from networks that pre-sold advertising based on her upcoming fight. Let's face it though, the real heat didn't come from the boxing commissions. It came from Remy Ma Live, which peaked at over 460,000 viewers in less than 12 minutes. Remy didn't hold back on that stream, laughing, playing a sample of a diss track, and quoting Nicki Minaj. But most damningly, she said, and I quote, "I had a miscarriage once. I was devastated that someone would use a pregnancy as a publicity stunt at an award show, saying, 'You're not just messy, you're soulless.'" Then, screenshots of Claressa's earlier interviews went viral, especially the Breakfast Club segment where she awkwardly avoids a question about having children by saying, Let's just say I'm not trying, but I wouldn't be mad if it happened with the right person. Well, girl, the internet seems to think that person was Ray's ex-husband, but just when we thought things couldn't get any more twisted, TMZ leaked a report suggesting that Claressa Camp tried to offer hush money to stop the pregnancy rumors. At least 3 bloggers were offered 5-figure payouts by the fixer in exchange for deleting their posts and meddling in their affairs, but one of them turned down the offer, and guess what she got? A mysterious letter from a sadist. The next day, the streets are ablaze, lawyers are on the prowl, and the timeline is on fire. Part 1 concluded with Papooses' silence, Ray's shade, Claressa disappearance, the fight date, and the now famous baby bump whisper caught on camera, but let's say that the leaks get more specific, the money trails get messier, and someone's manager is set to appear on television. The bribery, the leaked texts, and a Bet staffer claim to have seen Remy slap Claressa backstage. She said, and I quote, "Remy didn't yell, that's what made it scary." The anonymous staffer, who goes by Lisa Knows on TikTok, claimed to have seen a verbal altercation turn into a brief but shocking physical altercation shortly after Claressa left the stage. She simply walked up to her, tapped her shoulder, and said something like, "You ruined everything." Yes, this woman showed off her credentials live before she was mysteriously banned. Is there a video? It looks like there is. But don't get too excited because it is grainy and indistinct and neatly cuts just before the slap. Then the slap happened so fast that even security blinked too late. Memes flooded X, formerly Twitter, with captions like, "Remy landed her realest punch since prison," and Bet Awards really said fight night, but that didn't stop the internet from going crazy. Here's where it gets sinister. Shortly after the leak, a major PR firm that Claressa's camp is known to work with filed a takedown request across nearly 80 gossip pages, and bloggers started receiving warning emails that sounded eerily similar. With one account at Spill All Teeth describing it as it's like someone's trying to clean up a crime scene using bleach made out of NDA agreements. Instagram accounts were shadow banned, TikTok videos were muted, and boxing promoters were scared because Claressa was supposed to be the star of a multi-million-dollar pay-per-view fight in just 6 weeks. Endorsement deals were already coming in, and now she's trending under the hashtag #Bumpgate. The fight has also vanished from all promotional websites. So what's the real story? Is she really pregnant? Or is this just a well-timed takedown? Let's talk about receipts, because the screenshots are brutal. Hours after the Bet fiasco, a leaked text thread appeared on blogs, allegedly between Claressa and a close friend, in which Claressa appears to write, "I'm not announcing it yet, but yes, it's Paps, even though the date is only 2 weeks before the bet. I don't owe anyone an explanation." But it doesn't end there. This time, a hotel concierge at the Wynn Las Vegas came forward anonymously to tell a sports podcast that Claressa and Papoose shared a suite the night before the Bet Awards. And the guest list under Mr. and Mrs. Mackey, yes, that's Papoose's legal last name, allegedly had a crib mattress still in its packaging, fresh fruit, and sparkling cider delivered to their room. Claressa has never denied the text, and the friend has since deactivated it. In the end, a statement was released, but let's just say it fueled the fires. "We strongly condemn the recent insults on Miss Shield's character. Personal matters should not interfere with her professional obligations." The upcoming fight was postponed due to scheduling. Girl, you were removed from the card without notice. That's not a calendar issue, that's a quiet ban. Meanwhile, insiders say the Boxing Commission is reviewing leaked documents that claim Claressa was advised by a private physician not to compete. If this is true and she withheld that info during her contract signing, it's a major breach. If she knowingly entered, the consequences are severe and rapid, and just when we thought things couldn't get much worse, Remy Ma's team said that they are pitching a 6-part Netflix miniseries called What Really Happened, which examines public humiliation, deception, betrayal, and sisterhood. One episode is titled Backhand Index Pointing Right, The Bump, The Betrayal, The Bet Awards. In the meantime, people on Twitter are making timelines that resemble those made by the FBI. Not only is this unethical, but it is also against the law financially. We are discussing contract violations, liabilities, and potential legal action. One user noted that Papoose liked all of Claressa's Instagram posts up until the Bet Awards night, and speaking of Papoose, he finally broke his silence with a single black and white Instagram story without a caption and a picture of boxing gloves hung on a nail with a broken heart emoji. Claressa Instagram posts from the previous 3 months were divided into a single viral post that zoomed in on her loose dresses, placed her hands in strategic locations, and used captions like "New Beginnings" and "Blessed in Silence." Now, let's take a moment to consider if that is a reference to Claressa's cancelled career or a means for him to bemoan his marriage to Remy Ma. A stylist close to Remy who worked with her a few days ago claims that Remy is done talking and is done. Additionally, the stylist claims that Remy Ma was not informed of the pregnancy until the day of the Bet Awards, using the same voice message that went viral to inform her of it. Imagine being taken by surprise at a big award event when your ex-husband and a lady you already don't trust are involved in a leak. We seem to be the only ones who can write better drama than this. This fight won't be happening in the ring or in the public relations battle zone anytime soon, even though Claressa Shields may still be making lighthearted remarks online. This is because her camp is currently dealing with a 3-way crisis, a pregnancy they refuse. In Part 3, when the drama becomes legal, the contracts are scrutinized and Remy Ma's producers allude to a second leaked film, this one depicting Claressa entering into an illegal agreement. A concealed provision in Bet blacklists could bankrupt Claressa's entire team in the upcoming lawsuit. Rest assured, however, that the Bet network has begun an internal inquiry into security lapses and backstage misbehavior during the award event. Translation: to verify a cancelled flight that they refuse to acknowledge is connected to that pregnancy. Let's break it down. Claressa's management panicked to spin PR after the Bet Awards, but they didn't know that Bet's internal inquiry had already discovered a serious security issue. Not only are we discussing the mayhem on the Bet red carpet, leaked direct messages, and postponed title fights, but we are also discussing legal action, and Claressa Shields is going to be involved in a courtroom altercation that she cannot win with footwork alone. Boxing commissions and Bet's in-house legal team are among the sources verifying what we were afraid may have a multi-million-dollar impact on her career. Claressa is seen on the tape allegedly handing an envelope to an unnamed woman right before she stepped onto the carpet. The reason for this is that the woman is now under subpoena, and it has been proven that she is a freelance blogger who initially posted the pregnancy leak before taking it down. There are rumors that Claressa's team may have given her a 5-figure payment to delay or adjust the story of her pregnancy, but the camera captured the exchange, not the words, but the instant the envelope was acknowledged. A wire payment of $14,800 was shown to the Bet lawyers assigned to the NDA by the woman, according to Eyes Inside, and an email conversation with Claressa representative that included one important sentence we recently till after July 10th, when we have authority over the rollout. We must keep the story under wraps. When their legal team went over Claressa's fight contract, they found a clause that said clearly, fighter affirms under penalty of forfeiture that they are medically fit to compete and have disclosed any physical condition that may affect performance. If she signed it anyway, it would be a breach of contract, not just a PR disaster or a bad look, but a liability that could cost her everything. In addition to the sponsors and networks, the Nevada State Athletic Commission is now furious, scouting about, as it would be immoral and dangerous for both Claressa and her opponent if she tried to fight without a medical clearance. Fighter safety is our top priority. If any deception occurred during contract negotiations or licensing, we will pursue appropriate sanctions, including suspensions or permanent bans, a commission spokesperson told the Glove Report. But wait, it gets worse. Remy Ma's team just teased something crazy with a second video, which isn't a blurry slap clip or a baby bump whisper, but rather what they're calling a deal room conversation. According to rumors, Claressa is discussing with her own team whether to pretend to be injured or keep quiet on social media in order to postpone the fight. And in that video, someone is allegedly saying, "What, the film has not yet been made." public, but Ray's crew has acknowledged that it exists and is threatening to air it in the first episode of her planned Netflix series, Backhand Index Pointing Right. Let her tell you, Remy will blow this up if she finds out. In the meantime, Papoose, who is actually Mr. Silence, appears everywhere. This time, he was seen with Claressa outside of an Atlanta private studio. TMZ took the picture. Fans, however, have hypotheses, spreadsheets, and entire Google Docs that track the timeline in a single document named Claressa Babygate, so they don't need his input. The image shows her in sweats, with a caption that says, "No comment," due to Claressa's financial breakdown and public humiliation. Let's discuss money. She has lost all of her sponsorship relationships. Her fight purse has been suspended, and worst of all, the sports drink company that called her the face of the future has removed her from all of its advertisements and social media efforts. It was worth more than $1.2 million, according to insiders. Since the controversy broke, Remy Ma has been doing really well. Her Spotify music has increased by 187%, and her live performances are being picked up by the corporation is currently fixing harm. But the woman who slapped someone on live TV and laughed about it might be paid to share her story on Welcome to Celebrity Justice. Claire's name is allegedly on a draft list of celebrities considered high-risk liabilities, and an internal meeting email that was leaked claims that they have begun discussing blacklist procedures. If it is accurate, it may indicate that she will no longer receive invitations to parties, shake hands with business professionals, or be shunned by the society that made her famous. The most startling development of all was when a brand new blog article titled "The Bet Baby" went viral. More powerful than any of Remy Ma's diss tracks to date were her final statements during her most recent Instagram Live. As she gazed into the camera, she said, "There's no joy in watching another woman fall. But when you build your house on lies, don't act surprised when it crumbles. You played games with the wrong one. Now sit in it." The private prenatal clinic in New Jersey declined to comment, but commenters soon discovered surveillance-style images of Claressa outside a building with a women's health sign in the background, wearing sunglasses and a hoodie. We ask you, the viewers, was the biggest career sabotage in the history of the Bet Awards or the most epic case of self-destruction we've ever seen? Did Claressa risk everything in a romance with Ray's ex and lose the championship, the respect, and the bag in one night? Or is there still more to come? Triumph lap after years of public humiliation, and Papoose is either a man caught in the middle or the silent mastermind pulling every string. Please leave your thoughts in the space provided below. Who do you think should be fired, and who is benefiting from this mess by landing a Netflix deal? If you've read this far, you deserve a prize for staying current, Belle. Don't forget to subscribe.